What's up guys, Chris here from Vo-Gus Prospecting. If you're new to the channel, a big warm welcome, and if you're an old moldy hat like this one, welcome back. This is going to be an important lesson for many of you. There is plenty of original ground left in the heavily worked mining areas all over the world, and it's for one simple reason. At first glance, that looks like a mullock pile, but with a little bit of closer attention, you'll notice that it's all made up of bedrock, not river gravel. River gravel indicates a mullock pile, but when you get lots and lots of bedrock piled up on top of each other, it's usually because the old boys had to put in a trench for some reason. They had to take the stuff they blasted out of the ground to make their channel and put it on top of something, which was usually original ground. And that's what we've got behind me here. This ground here is supporting the bedrock wall they built, so they couldn't touch it, otherwise the wall would collapse. That's the wall right there, and I've sunk 3 test pits. 1, 2, and 3. The overburden, 2 or 3 specks of pan. Once you get to the bottom, let me show you. That's what we want. That's the sort of speck count that's sitting on the bottom. We've got about 5 nice flakes and then a heap of ultra fine flour gold at the back here. Now I've already made some videos in this spot. From that experience we know we can pull out multi-gram days here, but given that we now have found where it's shedding from, hopefully we can find some really cool little nuggets or even just bigger takes of gold. And after only 4 years, finally got a real pick. I've pushed through most of the overburden in the first little cut, and this is the bottom. It is gravel mixed in with decaying bedrock, so basically it's sitting on a false bottom. And every single time I've done a pan here, this stuff is going 20 to 30 nice pieces of gold. And this is where the weight will add up real fast. And we are starting to see a nice amount of ironstone accumulating in the map, which is a really good sign that we are working a pay layer. We know there is fantastic gold in this depression between this raise in bedrock and this raise in bedrock. So I am going to carve out this part of the soil here. What I've got a question about is that on this hump there is a layer of dirt. Now whether or not it's pay dirt, I don't know. So we're going to loosen that up, then we're going to loosen a section of this up, take a test pan and see what we get. Now it might be kind of hard to see, but the soil up here is sandy and kind of red tinged or orange. When you come down to here and you hit the pay layer, it turns a little bit more grey. I don't know if you're going to be able to make that out on camera. This is probably the best example of that grey soil just there. Well, I can count 6 little specks. So unless I get desperate, that can just stay there. Ooh, that looks good. Bedrock and ironstone mixed together is always good. It is still there. So that's what we got for the pan off the bottom, which is just one shovel's worth. So every single shovel I'm throwing down that sluice is that or better. Bit of a tip for you. Try and run your high banker hopper relatively level. The reason that you do this is because of resonance time. Resonance time is how long the dirt stays in contact with your washing system. The longer it stays in contact with that washing system, the more clay that gets broken up, the more dirt particles get saturated, and your gold will get liberated. If it's quick, you will lose gold because those dirt clumps will not be broken up. It does mean you've got to scrape the rocks off the top, but that is a small price to pay for the far more amount of gold you're going to liberate from all the dirt. The other thing is tailings. Is there any gold in this? No matter how good you are at finding gold, you always have to test your tailings. The trick to testing properly is to take various dirt samples from around your tailings pile and put them in your pan so you get an overall picture of what's coming out the end of your sluice. For those who don't know, width equals capacity, how much dirt you can put through at once, and length usually equals capture rate. And you have to tailor that to the ground that you're working. Always start with a clean pan. I'm pretty happy with that. So remembering that we're putting about 20 specks of gold plus about 100 micro specks of gold every single shovel through that sluice, losing one speck out the end from a test pan is pretty good. That would give me less than a 5% loss rate, which is ideal. Now I don't have much time left to do much more work on this, so what I'm going to do is get the pick into this hole, scrape and break up the bedrock, run that, get it cleaned out before taking it home and finding out how much gold we got for today's work. that is all of the bedrock run. I need to get in here with a yabby pump at a later date, sometime this week, to make sure that is properly cleaned off. But for now, the sluice. Well, I can't see anything, so we're going to have to wash it out. It's probably hidden right down deep in the mat, unless that's a piece of gold. No, it's a yellow rock. I always like washing this part out on the creek because it gives you a good idea of what you're going to get in this. And just enjoy this for a second. Woohoo! That needs to be cleaned out further, but we'll do that at home. Ooh, we've got a nice pile of gold here, guys. We have got a really nice pile of gold. It's going to go real slow and careful. Alright, I hope you guys can see this, because I haven't seen how much gold is in here. I just saw the tail of it. And remember, this is just that top piece of minus moss. There's going to be lots more in the mat. I'll take some of the front off. Careful eye for specimens just in this zone. You see the gold at the back already. I've got this. I think that's a specimen. Is that a specimen? No, it's not. It's a bit of granite. It just looks like one. Look at that tail of gold. Oh, brother. That is not too shabby. That is not too shabby. We've got lots of gems and stuff going on up here. I don't know what they are. They might be garnets. But I got specks of gold all through it. All through it. Huh. So this is just that top piece of miners moss. And we have got a tasty tail of gold. There'd well be over a gram in this pan right now. That is pretty good. This is the gold I collected for my short run, next to a Clash Guitars pick and an Australian 5-cent coin for a bit of scale. After I got home and did the rest of the cleanup, I actually discovered one small specimen and a nice little chunker, as well as a lot of coarse and fine gold mixed together. But now that we're home, let's get this on the scales. My guess is 1.06 grams. Leave your guess in the comments below. .81. At today's prices, 0.81 is worth roughly 70 Australian dollars, which is pretty good going for just a couple of hours work, and I didn't process overly much dirt, although I was expecting a better result. Something I have discovered in my time is that the more ground you push through, especially when you're on decent ground, is the more gold you get. I maybe moved a quarter to a third of a meter's worth of dirt. Not very much at all. And if we extrapolate that data out at 1/3 of a cubic meter for 0.81, it means that every meter of dirt, every cubic meter of dirt from that spot should be worth about 210 Australian dollars. Which is really good going considering shows like Dave Turin's Lost Mines work off $14 a meter. I am going to bring you heaps more videos from this spot. So if you don't want to miss out on that, please think about hitting that subscribe button and the bell on the bottom corner. That way you'll get notified when I upload my next adventure. I also have a competition running at the moment where you can win some brand new gold pans and some brand new Vo-Gus merch. That's right, after many years, I've finally got t-shirts, hoodies, and hats. And this competition ends on the 10th of October. It's free to enter and the prizes will be shipped anywhere in the world. All the information that you need to know about this giveaway and my merchandise is in the description below, including the Grizzly Mail PO Box address. If you want to send something into the channel to be displayed in one of my live streams where we go through mail time segment, the address for that is down there. Checking out the description is always a good idea in my videos because I put a lot of information down there that you won't see on film. And until next time, thank you so much for watching my video. I hope you did enjoy it. Please give your dog a big, delicious, hot, sexy scratch behind the ear for me. Peace! And I'm out.
You're a good boy. You're a good boy.